Good evening. My name is Brian W. Smith. I'm the award-winning best-selling author of more than 40 novels. But today, I'm not in writer mode. I'm putting on my interviewer cap, and I'm going to interview some of the industry's biggest names, people whom I've had the privilege, the honor of getting to know during my 20-year writing career. I created the Readers Want to Know podcast so that you, the reader, can get a glimpse into the personality of your favorite author. I want you to see a side of them that readers normally don't get to see. So I want you to sit back and enjoy the interview. That's what I want you to do. But first, I need you to do something for me. I need you to take a moment, click the like button. I need you to click the subscribe button. I need you to do it now, right now. I'll give you a couple seconds. You did it? Good. Let's start the interview. Welcome. My name is Brian W. Smith, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Readers Want to Know podcast. This podcast is the podcast where we get all up in your favorite author's business. My guest today is a New York Times best-selling author. She is what I call the Queen of Steam. She's a breast cancer survivor, an unapologetic voice for women. I love that. And the woman has sold more than 3 million copies of her books. So she knows what she's talking about. She's not new to this. She is an industry vet, admired by many. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Mary B. Morrison. Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me
You're
and
welcome. You're
congratulations.
welcome. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. How's life there in ATL?
I can't complain. Busy.
Is it? Uh,
Yes,
yeah. I how's the weather there? Last time I was there it was pretty bad
it's
during the
hot.
summer. It was hot.
It's hot.
It was hot.
It's really hot outside. Yes.
You and I have talked quite a bit off the line, so I'm gonna ask you something that I want to know. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I am feeling good. I actually feel like I am getting back to being myself. I know that sounds crazy, but breast cancer, chemo, all that good stuff. I don't know how good it is, but anyway, it's hard. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard. And actually, Brian, I had like when people can't remember shit. Can I say that
Mm-hmm.
on here?
You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want.
When people can't remember shit, I was trying to write a book and I couldn't remember the last paragraph, the last sentence. I was like, what is wrong with me? But praise God, I'm back and I don't have that problem today.
Right, right. I'm happy to hear that. I prayed for you, and I want you to be better. I know being battling prostate cancer, which I have, um, it can be an
How are
emotional
you?
drain. It can be an emotional drain. It's more emotional than physical to me. Um, you almost feel like this clock is ticking. We know that we are inching closer to our death from the moment you take your first breath.
Yeah.
But there's something about getting that announcement where you have to try to stay focused and not focus on dying all the time. And it wasn't until I watched a movie I had seen a million times, but I just saw this line in it. It was Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank
Okay.
Redemption. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Yes.
And I just said to myself, this is in God's hands. I'm about to get busy living, you know.
I love
Um,
it.
you can relate?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can, and just allowing yourself to go through the process and through the journey. And like you said, when they first tell you that, I was just in shock. She was like, hello, you still there? It's like I was in shock,
Hmm.
And so for me, it's like just trying to, deal with it. And even in the back of my mind, they say, okay, you're 5 years cancer free. That was 6 months ago. I'm like, but am I really? Okay, don't worry about it. Like you said, get busy living.
Hmm.
Yes,
But you
I
always
like
wonder
that.
if it's, when you go to those checkups, there's always this paranoia. But you look great, and you sound like you're in great spirits. So we're gonna leave it there and keep it moving. It's actually a perfect segue to um, female sexual empowerment, which is your calling card. Has your battle with breast cancer altered or adjusted your thought process on that topic?
It has not. And the reason why it hasn't changed my perspective on female sexual empowerment is because it's forever and forever will be a real thing, right?
Hmm.
And I have lived long enough to say, I know when I was younger, I was in them streets, right? So doing a lot of things, trying a lot of things. And I think it still matters, but I think what's most important is the power of the punani. And a lot of people do not understand. And women need to understand what they're working with. So I think that will forever, long after I'm gone, still be something that women need to take into consideration. They need to learn and they need to actually be able to implement female empowerment when it
The
comes to
power
their
of the punani is that is that what inspired the book Punani Paradise?
yes.
Talk to
What
us about that.
really, uh-huh.
Talk to
What
us about
really
that book.
inspired it was because I write adult content.
Hmm.
And a lot of stuff I write because a lot of stuff I know, I tell people it's a third, and a third research experience, and then whatever, right? But for me, because it's a real thing, it's in my books, all these sex scenes, and people like the adult content. I said, well, why not just put some real lessons that's
Hmm.
behind the sex scenes in the book into a separate book? So that's what I did.
How's it been received?
Punani Paradise has been received very, very well. A lot of women really like it. If you read it, you're going to learn something.
Hmm.
That's the biggest point for me. Now, I did have this threw me for a loop, right? I'm just gonna say, I have a friend who shall remain nameless, right? Who's a lesbian, depending on what day of the week it is, right? And she was
Right.
like, well, it's Punani Paradise. So I thought, honeybee, you were gonna write something for lesbians. I said, if you were born with a vagina, this book is for you.
Mm. Facts. Facts.
You
Since she's
know?
lesbian, depending on which day of the week.
Yeah.
Did she finally read it?
She did read it. That's why she made that comment. Well, you're talking
Hmm.
about interaction with a man, and you're talking about this. And you talk. Well, of course I am. Now you can
Hmm.
talk by yourself, but you don't have to.
That's
But
right.
if you want me to
Good.
do it, I'm writing about heterosexual
Hmm.
relationships.
That's okay.
You know,
She can still get something from it. You can best believe
she did.
she's gonna find a way to use it in whatever world she travels in.
She did. She got something from it, I'm sure.
You know, I you and I had a talk last year about this movie industry in Hollywood, and I know that you had some things working behind the scenes. Where's all that stand? We haven't talked about it lately. What projects do you have um, that are either option or close to production?
Well, nothing option. I will say that. Close to production, nothing is as close as I would like for it to be.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of inquiries that went absolutely nowhere, if
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You
yeah.
know, people start, I love this book, I love that book, I love Soulmates Dissipate. Oh, I love Single Husbands. Yeah, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And then it's like crickets in Hollywood, and so you're waiting
Hurry
for
up
the
and
person.
wait.
Yes.
Hmm.
Exactly. So I have another strategy that I'm going to implement that I shall not say here
Right.
and see if it's going to work. I told my son what I was getting ready to do. And so, I did have a film director friend who is in the industry and has been in the industry for decades. And he looked at the screenplay for Single Husbands. He absolutely loves it. He said, "Oh, that's going to take about 3 million to get it done." I said, "I'm on it." I said, "I'm about to get this $3 million.
Hmm. I ain't mad at you.
Tell me to do it if you want to, but I got a strategy."
Now, Single Husbands was a stage play, right? So that should have had some
Yes,
momentum, right? I mean,
yes.
they're able to
Yes.
see the audience reaction to that. I know that was a stage play.
People love the stage play Single Husbands. One with the stage play for me, Brian, I don't like all that singing.
Yeah, right, right,
I
right.
know a
You
lot
know,
of
you're
people
right. You're
go through
right.
the
That's a different. It's a different. It's like
nobody
it's an
sing.
acquired taste, right? It's an acquired taste, right?
Yes, I was like, nobody's singing that one damn song up in here. But what I had was real issues. No male bashing. You see the reactions of the choices that people make and the responses to those choices by the wives and by the husbands. I love that part of it. And everybody gets eye candy. I'm telling you, if your stomach sticks out further than your you can't be in my production. No, sir. No, sir.
I ain't
Thank
mad
you.
at you. That look, that is the thing that we love about you. It is what it is. You say what other people think, right?
Yeah,
And in a stage play like Single Husbands, where sexuality is front and center, yeah, people are paying for the eye candy and the steamy scenes. There are a lot of other plays out there where they can get singing and spiritual content, but we're talking about that real life, real world stuff. Anyone who comes to one of your plays, they know what they're getting. They should when they buy the ticket.
absolutely. Because if I took the sex part out, I'd have to hide somewhere. They'd be like, "What is this?"
No,
You
but
know?
I will say this though, with your work, um, and I want the viewers, those who may not have read it in your books, even if you take the sex out, there's still a storyline. I think that is that's like a key to your longevity. It's not just porn on paper, you know? Um, no, there's an actual storyline behind it. So the sex, as we say in New Orleans, that's just lagniappe. Um,
Yeah.
but there's a story behind it. So I don't think that you can be as successful as you are by just writing a bunch of sex scenes.
I appreciate the love because that is the plan. You always have to have a plot and a good story.
Right,
So
no doubt.
you're absolutely right. If you took every sex scene out, it's still a good story. People are still dealing with real issues, real relationship issues. But I also look at it like a lot of times I want to say in Hollywood, in writing, especially early on in my writing, I was like, are people afraid to, Black people have sex?
Right, right.
Are we afraid to just put this pen down and just stroke it out? Come on now. I was there for it from day one,
Right, right,
Soulmates dissipate. Let's get to it.
right. Facts. Um, I knew you had the copy of Punani in Paradise. Can you show it?
I do have a copy. And can you see it?
Go that way.
My
There you
book,
go. There you go. Perfect.
this screen.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Okay, okay.
21 types of female orgasms.
Yes, 21, 21. And you can do it all by yourself.
Where can they find it?
They can find it on Amazon for ebook download. I self-published this book because I wanted the content to be what I wanted it to be. And Brian, you kind of know it's like when you self-pub, yeah, do not have a million copies sitting in
No,
the
no, it's
room
print
or
on
the
demand.
side, the
Ain't no,
storage
it's print on
space,
demand, right?
shipping it out.
No, no, it's print
I
on
know
demand, man. We're not gonna have this stuff cluttering our garages and stuff like that. But I get it. I
exactly.
get it. But they can't find it on
Exactly.
Amazon right now.
Yes, ebook,
Ebook,
Amazon, get
ebook
it.
on Amazon. Okay,
I have
so
a couple of free ones there. Never Let a Man Come First is free if you have Kindle Direct. You can download it. And then there is Dicks or Dumb. That one's there too. I believe I still have that one on a free download, but I'm not sure.
never let a man come first and dicks a dump. Let me tell you something. If you guys have not read a Mary B. Morrison book, you need to stop what you're doing and go grab one. Matter of fact, don't stop. As soon as this is over with, go grab one. That's what we want you to do. Um, like I said, she sold 3 million copies, so you know that people are paying attention and that there's an audience. As you said earlier, black folk have sex too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, we
you can't be approved reading her books. That won't fly. But
do. Oh
look,
my God. I'm sorry.
what's going on?
Somebody called me. I'm so
Oh no, no,
sorry.
no. That didn't bother me. Look, let me dive into. I want to be a little nosy. I know readers want to know some things about you, so I'm going to share my screen here.
Okay. You're gonna share your screen.
I'm
I'm
gonna share
ready.
this screen, and when I share this screen, um, I'll pull it up. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to share the screen, and when I do, there's going to be a just think Wheel of Fortune,
Okay.
and you will be able to see the questions.
You gonna read that question for me? I told you I don't have on my
Oh,
reading
it's going to
glasses.
pop up. It's going to pop up. You ready?
Yes.
All right, Mary. Readers want to know which one of your books would you suggest a person who is new to your work read?
Okay, which one? So I have to limit it to
Yeah, like somebody that maybe they're watching you here today for the first time. You have a dozen books. Which one would you tell them to go grab first?
the first one I would say to read is going to be Careful What You Click For. It
Mm,
is set in Atlanta. It has lots of twists.
mm-hmm,
Everybody's on a dating app, so
mm-hmm,
it's very relative to
mm-hmm,
what's happening in the world today. And of course, you have the adult content, but all of the characters, they go to the same church, which is Church for Hope. And then
mm-hmm,
after church, they go to bar purgatory.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
They living out and talking about these dating apps. Everybody's trying to act like they're not on one,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody's on one.
Yeah, I have read. Be careful what you click. Um, yeah.
You have been very instrumental and helpful to me. And I don't mind putting it out there. I don't know if you want to put it out there, but to the extent that you've helped me, we can go ahead on and say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I don't speak on stuff. You say whatever you want. Some stories are other people's to tell. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm going to say I now know how to write a screenplay because of you,
oh,
because of your assistance, because of your showing me in Careful What You Click For, which makes it even 10 times better. Doing the screenplay, and now I was like, oh, I get it now. But
mhm,
because to me, I'm the type of person, if you show me something, like when I started writing books, I just started. I really didn't know. So
mhm.
I figured it out along the way and I made some mistakes along the way, but you took the guess out of me with Careful What You Click For when you did the screenplay and sent it to me. And I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I was happy to be a part of that. I'm happy for you. I know that it's going to do well. The issue is just getting it into the right hands. But let's click this wheel. Let's see what else readers want to
Okay,
know. What other
let's
nosy
go.
question we have. Let's see.
I'll see.
Mary, readers want to know what was your most embarrassing moment as a writer?
Embarrassing moment as a writer. I don't really get embarrassed. That's the crazy thing. Like, I don't have any secrets. I tell a lot of things about myself in my books. And I don't know, I've never approached a writer that treated me like, oh my God, what are you doing here?
Hmm.
So, Brian,
See, that
maybe
one doesn't apply to you. That
I was
is
like,
that is
maybe when I sat on your lap at the book club meeting, I don't know.
right. You re- God, that had to be over a decade ago.
It has been over a decade.
Yeah,
I want to say too, though.
that was in San Francisco. I remember that.
You remember that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I was
Readers
blown
want
away
to
then.
know. What does your writing process look like?
I'm a morning person. I am
Hmm.
definitely a morning person for writing. And so I get up in the morning, I have to gather myself, I get my coffee, I throw a handful of walnuts in the coffee, and then I'm going to sit down at the laptop, preferably no background anything because I can hear myself think. And it has changed over the years. I would say pre-COVID, I would go to the bar. I always did my best writing at the bar over a cocktail and a man or two. So now I pretty much write when I'm at home.
Hmm.
I don't take my laptop out. I'm not sitting at the bar writing. So it's the morning But usually around 3 o'clock, I'm done, Brian. I am done.
Right.
Nighttime is not for me.
We got
And
you.
also in the writing process, I started writing other people's stories. I'm trying to see if I really, how deep I want to delve into people's legacy, like writing other people's legacy.
Right.
So I'm new at that, but that's what I'm doing as well right now. Because I feel like Black people have stories to tell, and we just letting them go to the graveyard, and we're not even sitting with, our grandparents, grandmother, great grands, and getting the story of what they really, really went through. I feel like we
Hmm.
just know people on the surface. So if we could leave those books and digital videos out there for people,
Hmm.
that's going to be key, especially now since they're trying to erase our history, and I don't like it. So I have
That's
to make a
facts. I
difference.
to this day, my grandparents died, a few years back, and to this day, I was telling my son, um, I wish I had spent more time learning about them. And here's the crazy thing, at least, I'm thinking about my grandparents. Um, our elders want you to ask questions. They may not lobby for you to ask the questions, but if you ask them, they will gladly sit down and reminisce. Problem is, we get so caught up with life that a lot of us don't take the don't carve out a little time just to say, tell me about back when, etc.
Exactly. And I would love to have had a video of my mother. I got to know my father a little bit more than my mother, but what her voice is like, what her laugh is like, what her mannerisms are like, I don't know much of that part of her life at all. So yeah,
Mhm.
we can do it. And you can do it on video and just, on your
Just
phone
do it
if you want
right.
to. You don't have to hire me,
I
but
feel you.
you can.
Let me ask you one more nosy question and spin
Yes.
this wheel one last time, and let's just see what it lands on. Uh, Readers want to know if you could ask readers to do one thing, what would you ask them to do?
I would ask readers for all readers, right, to buy online or download my self-published books. Because I'm gonna tell you, in this publishing industry, if you want to read me, please buy my book. Please buy the book. And one of the self-published ones, which would be Never Let a Man Come First, Dixerdom, and Punani Paradise. Those three, I make a lot more money when people buy it, just keeping it 100. Even on the free books, as we know, but people don't know, if you buy it and read it, I get a check. So, but
Mhm.
if you buy it, download, don't read it, even though it's free because you got 1,200 books on your iPad, then I don't get a check. But that's what I would really like for readers to do, is to support us, to support me, to support you, because our work does matter. And if we get enough people to buy the books, we can do the movie ourselves.
Facts. That's right. Instead of
That's
waiting
one of
on
my
Hollywood
strategies.
to understand that we are worthy. I agree with you 1,000%. Mary,
Yeah,
you didn't have to do this, but you carved time out of your day too, and I appreciate you. I I'm a big fan, will always be a big fan. And I'm just a phone call away if you need anything. Thanks again for coming on in and being your authentic self.
I appreciate the love. Thank you. And congrats again to you for your podcast.
Thank you. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, folks, that was Mary B. Morrison. And until we meet again, I want you guys to be safe and keep reading. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Tune in next time when I give you a behind the scenes sort of glimpse into the personality of another one of your favorite authors. Until we meet again, I want you to be safe and keep reading.